I hardly address things, so therefore when I do address them, it all just comes out, like everything comes out.
I just feel like you're a queen. You shouldn't have to talk to peasants. You're you.
Is Nicki Minaj's career on the brink of collapse because of her husband, Kenneth Petty? That's the question on everyone's lips these days, as the queen of rap seems to be digging herself deeper into controversy after controversy. Her unwavering defense of her husband, who has a well-documented history of legal troubles, is raising eyebrows and sparking debates. Let's dive into the latest updates and dissect how Nicki's loyalty to Petty could be doing more harm than good to her career, her reputation, and even her mental health.
What's happening with you, Nicki? What's going on in your life? Tell me what you were willing to share today about your life.
Just last week, the headlines were buzzing with new developments surrounding Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Petty, who has been no stranger to the courtroom, found himself in hot water yet again. This time, he's facing fresh allegations linked to an incident involving a security guard in Germany, where Petty allegedly sucker punched the man backstage during one of Minaj's concerts. The fallout from this has been severe, with a Los Angeles judge ordering Minaj and Petty to cough up a hefty $500,000 in damages. And that's not even the most shocking part. Petty's recent house arrest, 120 days of it to be exact, was handed down after he was caught on camera making threatening remarks toward none other than Offset, Cardi B's husband. It seems like every time the dust settles, there's another scandal waiting in the wings.
The topic of the motherfucking day. And I'm getting on camera. Don't think I'm not when I am.
But who is Kenneth Petty and why is he such a magnet for trouble? For those who might not know, Petty's criminal record is as long as a CV's receipt.
Well, she's no stranger to that because her in jail for
offending.
Offending.
It all started back in 1994 when he was accused of assaulting Jennifer Howe, a case that would haunt him for decades. Howe claimed that Petty forced her into a house at knife point and assaulted her, a charge that Petty initially denied but eventually pleaded guilty to attempted assault in 1995. This conviction put him behind bars for 4 years and permanently marked him as a registered offender. Fast forward to 2020, and Petty was arrested again, this time for failing to register as an offender in California after relocating with Minaj. The couple's move to the West Coast came after their high-profile marriage in 2019, a union that has been anything but smooth sailing.
And I'm gonna lead with this. You should have never married him. Because now you've ruined everything about what your brand could be, again.
Despite the weight of these accusations and convictions, Nicki Minaj has stood firmly by her man. She has repeatedly defended Petty, insisting that the allegations against him are rooted in misunderstandings and bad press. In one of her more infamous defenses on social media, Minaj claimed that Petty and Howe were teenagers in a relationship, implying that the situation was more consensual than the court records suggest. She went as far as to call out her critics, telling them y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run your own life. But this unwavering loyalty might be starting to backfire, especially as new evidence from the 1994 case emerges. Recently uncovered interrogation footage shows Petty being questioned by police, contradicting his previous statements and casting doubt on his version of events.
Now, did you have sex with Jennifer today? You have to answer out loud.
No.
When was the last time you had sex with her?
Last year.
In the clip, Petty denies assaulting Howe, but his narrative falls apart when physical evidence, biological material found on both Howe's and Petty's clothing, suggests otherwise. The contradictions are glaring, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for Minaj to spin this in a favorable light.
In that room, did you have a girl in your house today?
No.
You didn't bring any girl to that house?
Nope.
Okay, so if somebody said they saw you bring somebody to that house, they would be mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the legal troubles that are mounting. Fans are growing increasingly concerned about Nicki Minaj's mental health. Over the past few months, Nicki has made several cryptic social media posts that have left her fan base worried.
They're yelling, push. You're in pain.
In one particularly emotional video, she appears visibly distressed, reflecting on the pain she endured during childbirth and offering words of encouragement to other mothers. "You're doing a great job. In case no one's told you that, you're doing a great job," she whispered through tears, a sentiment that, while touching, seemed out of place and almost desperate. Following this post, she tweeted, "Yes, single," a message that sent her fans into a frenzy. Was she hinting at a new single, or was this a veiled reference to a potential split from Petty? The speculation was immediate and intense, but one thing was clear: Nicki Minaj is not in a good place.
Then one day, it comes out a beautiful baby boy.
The pressures on Nicki are immense, and they're coming from all sides. Professionally, she's in a heated feud with Megan Thee Stallion, a conflict that has only added fuel to the fire. The drama reached new heights with Megan's release of Hiss, a diss track that seemingly takes aim at Minaj and, more pointedly, at her husband's criminal past. These girls don't be mad at Megan. These girls don't be mad at Megan's law. Megan raps, a clear reference to the legal requirement for certain offenders to register their whereabouts. This was a direct hit, and Minaj didn't take it lying down. She fired back with her own track, Bigfoot, where she lashed out at Megan, mocking her recent troubles, and even bringing up the infamous shooting incident involving Tory Lanez. But the fallout from this feud has been brutal, dragging Minaj into a public spat that has only exacerbated her existing issues.
Hold on, because if we go number one, I might put the straw back in the field for Hennessy. I might have to go back.
At home, things seem to be no better. Reports suggest that the relationship between Minaj and Petty has been strained, particularly after the birth of their son, whom she affectionately calls Papa Bear. In a recent interview, Minaj admitted that things got testy between her and Petty post-birth, especially during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. She described an atmosphere of tension and anxiety, a sentiment echoed by her fans who have noticed a marked change in her demeanor. And who can blame her? Trying to juggle a career, a controversial marriage, and new motherhood would be enough to push anyone to the brink. Petty's presence in her life seems to be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, he's someone she's known since childhood, someone who understands her on a level that few others do. But on the other hand, his ongoing legal battles and aggressive behavior are dragging her down. Instead of being a supportive partner, he seems to be a constant source of stress. Even as Minaj tries to maintain a semblance of normalcy, Petty's actions speak louder. His failure to keep a low profile, coupled with his repeated run-ins with the law, has only brought more negative attention to Minaj, who is desperately trying to navigate these turbulent waters.
I like listening to all of them. I support everybody. Now, as far as this battle goes, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It's no wonder then that rumors about Minaj's mental health have started to swirl. Fans have noted her increasingly erratic behavior on social media, her emotional outbursts, and her cryptic messages. Many are beginning to worry that she's cracking under the pressure, especially given the toxic environment created by her husband's ongoing drama. Some fans have even suggested that Minaj might be suffering from anxiety or depression, conditions that can be exacerbated by public scrutiny and personal turmoil. What's clear is that Nicki Minaj is at a crossroads. Her career, once defined by hit singles and chart-topping albums, is now overshadowed by legal battles, personal drama, and feuds with other artists. Her choice to stand by Kenneth Petty, despite his well-documented past and present troubles, is proving to be a costly one. She's alienating fans, engaging in public spats, and possibly risking her mental health, all in the name of loyalty. But at what cost?
Why does she still have to be like, oh, these women are you're not showing me my respect? It's like, dude, go to your marble floored mansion and chill, dude.
Well, I'm not. Every new lawsuit, every new scandal only adds to the pile of problems Minaj is facing. Recently, she and Petty were ordered to pay $500,000 for an alleged assault on a security guard in Germany, an incident that has further tarnished their public image. The fact that they didn't even bother to respond to the lawsuit speaks volumes about their current state of mind. They're overwhelmed, cornered, and seemingly out of options. And this isn't the only lawsuit they're battling. Jennifer Hov's ongoing case against Petty, which also implicated Minaj for allegedly trying to bribe Howe into retracting her assault allegations, remains unresolved. The mounting legal fees, the constant media scrutiny, and the pressure from fans are taking a visible toll on Minaj. And let's not forget about the legal troubles. Petty's house arrest is just the latest in a long line of legal woes that have plagued their relationship. His failure to register as an offender in California was a huge misstep, one that not only embarrassed Minaj, but also put a strain on their marriage. His recent threatening behavior towards Offset didn't help matters either, only adding to the perception that he's a loose cannon, a perception that Minaj is finding harder and harder to dispel. So, what's next for Nicki Minaj? Will she finally cut ties with Kenneth Petty and start fresh, or will she continue to stand by him, come what may? Her fans are divided. Some admire her loyalty, seeing it as a testament to her commitment to those she loves. Others, however, are beginning to lose patience, urging her to focus on her career and mental health instead of getting bogged down in endless drama. One thing is certain, Nicki Minaj is at a turning point, and the decisions she makes in the coming months could very well determine the trajectory of her career and personal life for years to come.
It was a bit nerve-wracking in terms of wanting to be very clear that this is not something that's okay.
As we continue to watch this saga unfold, one can't help but wonder how much more Minaj can take. The legal battles, the public feuds, the personal stress, it's a lot for anyone to handle. And while she's proven time and time again that she's a fighter, even the strongest people have their breaking points. Her fans are hoping that she'll find a way to rise above it all, to reclaim her throne as the queen of rap without the shadow of Kenneth Petty looming over her. But until then, all we can do is watch, wait, and hope that Nicki Minaj finds the peace and stability she so desperately needs. So what do you think? Is Nicki Minaj making the right choice by standing by Kenneth Petty, or is it time for her to cut ties and focus on her own well-being and career? And could her loyalty to Petty ultimately cost her everything she's worked so hard to achieve? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.